Thank you, Senator Markey, and thank you for your perfect timing. I apologize for being a couple minutes late. We are all juggling all of our commitments this morning, but I'm delighted to be here, and particularly with these nominees. Thank you all for being willing to serve our country. We were just told by Senator Markey some about your background, so I won't go into that except to say that all of you are looking to join the ranks of some very important responsibilities. Elizabeth Shortino to be at IMF. Look forward to talking to you about that. Ambassador Dave Pressman, U.S. Ambassador to Hungary. Jeffrey Pyatt, who I got to know when he was ambassador in Ukraine, to be Assistant Secretary of State for Energy Resources, and Ambassador Robert Wood at the UN. This is a critical time. I guess we always say that in global affairs, but I think it's not an overstatement to say that right now it's particularly difficult because it's a time of great instability, which requires U.S. leadership, in my view, on the world stage. So the positions you've been nominated to are all very important, and maybe now more than ever. Ambassador Pyatt, energy security, as you know, is of critical importance as Russia continues to wage this war against Ukraine. $870 million a day is about what the Europeans are sending to Russia to help fund the war machine, and so we need to see a change there, and we're seeing it slowly, more quickly if the United States has an even stronger leadership role. Unfortunately, it took us a while to work with the EU to get them to make any moves, but they have embargoed Russian coal now, which will take effect in mid-August, as you know, and then they're phasing in this embargo on Russian oil. I'd like to hear from you today, of course, about how we can be more helpful to accelerate Europe's independence from Russia. Strong concerns with our energy policies here at home because I don't think they're helping right now, and so we need to do what we can to increase production in this country rather than rely on the Venezuela's and Saudi Arabia's even, and certainly the Iranian sources to backfill our own energy needs. Ambassador Pressman, Hungary has found itself in the middle of these conversations about European energy security and energy independence from Russia. They were a particularly difficult partner to deal with during Europe's attempts to agree to ban Russian oil. In fact, the compromise was required because of them. I have concerns with the influence of Russia and China in Hungary. I'd like to hear from you today about the dynamic and ways in which the United States can work to counter this and the ways in which you personally would work to do so. Ambassador Wood, no shortage of global issues before the Security Council, as was noted: Russia's illegal invasion of Ukraine, the global food and energy crises, multiple humanitarian disasters. If confirmed, your plate will be full. So I want to talk to you about what your priorities will be at the UN, if confirmed, and how you plan to work with our partners and allies there to pursue those priorities. And we do have a lot of allies, and it turns out that Vladimir Putin's brutal and unwarranted attack on Ukraine has strengthened some of those alliances. I note that at the NATO meeting coming up, we'll have the heads of state from countries like South Korea and Japan and Australia and New Zealand attending. So although they are not expanding NATO, they are in effect expanding its reach by allying with us so closely. Ms. Shortino, inflation and energy prices continue to climb upwards. Of course, this is impacting us here at home, but also impacting emerging and developing countries around the world. And to compound that, of course, we have a sovereign country, Ukraine, that needs to be rebuilt. I'm really interested in talking to you about that. I think that IMF can play a central role following on the $40 billion package that Senator Markey and I supported to help Ukraine. I would hope that the IMF can play a bigger role going forward to help Ukraine get back on its feet. I would like to thank you all for being here again and again for stepping forward to serve your country, and look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you.